I've been talking a lot about improvising lately, focusing on lead guitar, how to play scales all over the fretboard, add notes to pentatonic scales, create tension and release, targeting certain notes within those scales. But something I haven't talked about enough, because a huge aspect to improvising or jamming is being able to play rhythm guitar, whether that's because you're playing with another guitarist or another musician, or if you just want to be able to loop some chord progressions and jam over them on your own. So today we're going to look at a chord map I've made, and all the chords are going to be chords that fit if you're using the minor pentatonic scale. And if you want to download these PDFs, they'll be available on my Patreon page now, so make sure to check it out if you want to download them. And before we get into this, at a bare minimum, you're going to need to know how to play power chords, and ideally also how to play a major and minor bar chord if the root note is on the E string or the A string. And I'll just briefly show you that and go over it now. So a major bar chord with the root note on the E string will look like this. And a minor bar chord with the root note on the E string, we just lift our middle finger off. Now for our bar chord shapes on the A string, if I'm on this D note here, I would play this for a major bar chord, or some people play it like this with 3 fingers, the A bar chord shape. Or if I wanted to play a minor bar chord shape on the A string, I would play this, which would be the A minor bar chord shape. So we have a major and minor on the E string, and we have a major and minor on the A string. But if you don't want to learn that right now, you can just use power chords built from the E string and the A string, and that will work fine too. So let's take a look at this first fretboard map. So you'll see that there are 7 numbers. Okay, we have 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, and flat 7. Don't worry about why they're called flat 3, flat 6, flat 7 for now. Just trust me, that's what they are. Now these 7 numbers represent the root notes of all the chords we're going to build that fit with our minor pentatonic scale. And wherever we line up the 1 chord, or the number 1, that is going to dictate the key we're in. So in the case of this diagram here, that 1 is lined up on the 5th fret of the E string, which is an A note. So this chord progression, or all these chords, are going to fit in the key of A. So let's just go through that first, keeping it simple. Just playing root notes of all the chords, not worrying about chord shapes or anything. So if I wanted to play a 1-5 chord progression, I would play my 1, or this root note on the 5th fret of the A. Then I hop up to the next string, the A string, and this would be my 4. So that would be a 1-4 cadence. 1-4. If I wanted to play my 5 chord, I would go 2 frets across and play that. So following the 1-4-5, starting on my 5th fret, I would go 1, onto the A string, 4, and then 2 frets across for my 5, then back to my 1. Or let's say I'm on my 1 and I want to play my 2 chord. I would go 2 frets across on that E string, and now I'm on my 2. Right, so 1, 2. Now if I wanted to play my flat 3, if I'm on my 2 right now, I would just go across to play my flat 3 chord. Okay, so we have 1, 2, flat 3. Right, pretty straightforward. Now let's say I wanted to go 1 and then down to my flat 7 chord, and then down to my flat 6 chord, then flat 7 again, 1. Right, so these are all the root notes for the chords. You just look at what string they're on and what fret, and that's how you locate them. So I would mess around a little bit just figuring out where those root notes are. So let's say I want to go 1, 4, then down 2 frets to my flat 3, then say to my 2, then back to my 1. Then maybe I want to go flat 7, flat 6, back here, back to my flat 7, 1. So we're essentially being bass players. I'm going to get a lot of hate for that, but I don't care. And you'll notice sometimes these numbers are doubled up. Okay, these are just the same root notes but in different octaves. For example, again, if my 1's here, we have a flat 6 over here, and we have a flat 6 back here. But these are just both F notes. Okay, so you can build chords from either one and it's going to work. Alright, so now that we've established how to figure out where the root notes for all these chords are, let's look at how to actually build chords from them. So the easiest way, which I alluded to before, is just to play power chords built from all these root notes. So if I wanted to play a 1-4-5, Then I go up to this root note on the A string, build a power chord from there, then to my 5 chord, across 2 frets. Right, that would be a 1, 4, 5, and that will work with the pentatonic scale. Or if I want to go 1, let's say flat 7, by going back 2 frets, then to this flat 3 on the A string, then say across to my 4, back to my 1. Okay, let me show you some of this in context. So I'll loop that chord progression I just did. So 1, flat 7, up to a A string chord, the flat 3, across to my 4. Right, have that looping. Now I can play my pentatonic scale. Right, see how that all fits, even though it wasn't my best playing, but you get the idea. Now, if you want it to sound a bit more colorful and interesting than just using power chords, now we can add in our major and minor bar chords, and it gets a little bit more complicated. So here's where the color of the number comes into play. So your 1, 4, and 5 chord, the blue numbers, your blue numbers can actually be played as either a major or minor bar chord. Either one is going to work with the minor pentatonic scale, believe it or not. So if I wanted to play my 1, 4, and 5 chord as a major, I would build a major bar chord from my 1 note on the E string, then I go to the A string, then I play a major bar chord shape for the A string from that note, then across to my 5, play a major bar chord, back to my 1. Okay, so that would be a 1, 4, 5, using major bar chords. Or if I wanted, I could play them as minor bar chords. So my 1 chord, instead of playing a major, I could turn that into a minor, and my 4 chord could play that as minor, 5 chord as minor. Right, they're both going to work, especially in a blues kind of context, using the minor pentatonic scale. So if I loop a 1, 4, 5 using major chords, then play minor pentatonic over it. Right, you get the idea. It kind of works. If you want to be technical about it, it has a dominant sharp 9 kind of sound, if you think Purple Haze. But you don't need to worry about it too much. And the same thing is going to work if I play those 1, 4, and 5 chords as minor bar chords. So minor 1 chord, minor 4 chord, minor 5 chord, minor 1 chord. Right, so both of those are going to work. I would say if you're confused and it's sounding a bit weird, just playing minor chords is going to be a safer bet. But if you want that kind of bluesy sound, that dominant kind of sound, major bar chords are going to be fine there too. Now in terms of the other chords, so the black numbers, those need to be played as major bar chords. So if I go back to my 1 and I'll play it as a minor for now, if I played my flat 7, I would play a major bar chord on the E string, flat 6, major bar chord on the E string, flat 7. Right, now if I wanted to play my flat 3, so again if my 1 was here as a minor bar chord, I have 2 options where I can play this flat 3. I could either go across to this 8th fret and play a major bar chord, that's going to work. Or I can go over to the A string and build it from this note, same thing. Right, same chord, they're both a C major. So either's going to work, so I can go 1, flat 3, or 1, flat 3. Cool, now if I want to play my 2 chord, so the red number, or in the case of this fretboard map, just the 2 chord, is going to be played as a minor chord. And technically this is borrowed from a Dorian scale, but it works really well with the minor pentatonic. So if I played my 1 chord, and then 2 chord as a minor. 1 chord, 2 2 chord. So your 2 chord or the red numbers need to be played as minor bar chords. So let's go through all of these chords so far. So if we start with our 1, I'll play it as a minor for now, but it could be a major. Now let's go all the way down to our flat 6. That would be major. Flat 7 would be major. Then I could jump up to my flat 3 here from my flat 7. That would be major. Then I could play my 2 chord back here if I want as a minor. Then I could go to my 4 chord, which I would play as a minor, or I could do major if I want. And then my 5 chord, minor or major. Then I have a 2 chord right above it here, which I would play as a minor if I want. Then another flat 3 chord over here, which I would play as major, and a flat 6 chord over here as well if I want, and I would play that as major. Then back to my 1. So you can mix and match these chords and they're all going to fit with that minor pentatonic scale. Now before we move on, let's say I wanted to play in a different key, like C instead of A. So step 1 is I find a C note on that E string, and then I just line up my 1 chord with that. So instead of playing my 1 chord from this A note, I would play it from the C note. Play it as a minor for now. And all the other chords, they move relative to where that 1 chord is. So if I played a 1, 4, 5 in A minor, it would look like this. 1, 4, 5. But if I played it over here with my 1 note or my 1 chord starting on the C note, it would just look like this. 1, 4, 5, 1. That would be a 1, 4, 5 in the key of C. 1, 4, 5, 1. Again, I can play the major or minor. 1, 4, 5, 1. And that will work with the minor pentatonic. Let's say I wanted to play some different chords, like my flat 7 and flat 6. Again, if my 1 chord is now in the key of C, I just move 2 frets back from it to get my flat 7, and then 2 more to get my flat 6, then back to my flat 7, and then back to my 1 chord. Okay? And obviously, because your chord progression is now in a different key, you have to change the scale you use. So if I played that same chord progression in C, 1, flat 7, flat 6, flat 7, I would now use a C minor pentatonic scale. Right? Get the idea. So wherever you move your 1 chord, that is going to dictate what key you're in. Okay, so you don't have to learn a whole bunch of new chord maps for each key. Now, moving on, if we look at the second diagram, this is the exact same concept, but it's if our 1 chord is built from a root note on the A string as opposed to the E string. The reason why this is useful is, let's say we're playing in a key like D. Okay, I might not want to build my 1 chord from a D note on the E string all the way up here. Okay, it's just not the most comfortable place to play chord progressions. So what I can do is find a D note on the A string, and then I can build all my chord progressions around that area of the fretboard. So if we look at the map, the numbers are all the same, the quality of the chords is all the same. All we have to do is shift where we play them a bit. So my 1 chord would be here, and I can play that either major or minor. I'll keep it minor for now. But now my 4 chord, instead of being above it like it was on the first diagram, I actually go 2 frets back and on the E string and play a minor bar chord on the E string. And then my 5 chord would be 2 frets across from that, then back to my 1. Right, so if I play a 1, 4, 5 in D minor, 1, 4, 5, 1. That's the same as if I went up here, 1, 4, 5. Right, it's actually the exact same chords. Obviously the voicings are a bit different because I'm in a different place on the fretboard, but harmonically it functions exactly the same, but it's just more comfortable to play it down here. 1, 4, 5, 1. Right, so continuing on with this, if my 1 chord's here, my 2 chord is just 2 frets across, and because it's red, it would be a minor bar chord. My flat 3 would be 1 across from that. Because it's black, it would be a major bar chord. I have a flat 7 right above it on the E string if I wanted that. Play a major bar chord. Flat 6 back there. Now I could go to my 5, play it as a major chord, back to my 1. Or I could go 2 frets back, major bar chord on the A string for my flat 7, flat 6, flat 7, back to 1. Right, so exact same idea. And again, wherever you line up this 1 with on the A string, that will determine what key you're in. So like another popular key, the key of E, okay, I might not want to play that on the E string all the way on this 12th fret. So I find an E note on the A string, which would be the 7th fret, and that's now my 1 chord, right? But same thing, my 4 would be back here on the E string, then 5 chord over here on the E string as well, then back up to my 1 chord or my E minor chord. So if we look at the last diagram, it is just the first two laid over each other so you can cover like multiple octaves in one key. So you'll see there's a 1 chord on this 5th fret of the A string. So again, if we're in the key of A, I'll play it as a minor for now. Then I have my 4 and 5 above here. Now I can go across to my flat 6. Now this is where the first diagram ended, but if I combine it with the second one, I can go over to my flat 7 here, then go to the 12th fret and play another 1 chord, just up an octave, right? A minor, A minor. And now I am in the second diagram, but in the key of A, right? So my 1's here, 4, 5, 1, right? Exact same thing as the second diagram, just in an uncomfortable place on the fretboard, right? So you can try combining both. Now I could go 1, flat 7, 4, 5, then I could go flat 6 over here, flat 7 over here, 1, flat 7, 1, flat 6 over here, 5, 1, flat 7, flat 6, 5, 4, flat 3, 2, 1. Okay, a bit of a weird combo of chords there, but you get the idea. This is how you can play those chords anywhere on the fretboard, and again, just using the minor pentatonic scale over it. So I hope you found this helpful, and if you have any questions, just leave them below in the comments. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.